God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth. This week we are talking Jurassic Park New and Old, released in 1993 and in 2015 respectively. These two films captured our imaginations with a truly wild concept. A theme park filled with living, breathing dinosaurs brought back from extinction. I see no possible way that this could go wrong for anyone. Welcome to Effing It Up. Welcome back, feral listeners. Sorry we're another week late, but that's fine. Again,
That's my fault.
it's not your fault. You've never done anything wrong in your life, Laurel.
You're right.
She's a perfect angel. Just had a lot on our plates. A lot on our plates the past couple of weeks, so thank you for being patient with us. But this week we are back and we are talking Jurassic Park.
I'd hum the theme if I remembered it, but I don't, so it's a good one. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Is that It's beautiful. Is that Zimmer?
I'm pretty sure it's Zimmer. I'm pretty freaking sure it's Zimmer.
Good old Zimmer.
But anyway, I wasn't going to do a summary this week because I kind of already summed it up in the intro. It's a dinosaur theme park.
Yeah. What do you need to know?
What more do you need to know?
No, sign me the heck up.
Oh, God, Laurel.
I learned the wrong lessons from
I'm so scared to hear all of your takes this week. I was watching, I watched both of them with Mylan, and
Nice.
I was like, I'm just so worried about what Laurel's going to say.
What I learned is we just gotta find some mosquitoes, and everything in the world could be a lot doper.
You were so busy trying to figure out if you could. You never stopped to ask if you should.
You know what? Scientists can't be bogged down by questions of should. That'll just hamper progress.
Laurel says clone the sheep.
That's right. I mean, nature finds a way. Life
finds a way.
Sorry, life.
She was so close.
So
Everybody give her a big condescending round of applause.
That's
Good
too
job.
fast. Slow
Good job,
down.
Laurel.
There we go. That was pretty patronizing.
You felt patronized?
Yeah.
Good.
It's an adequate amount. Thank you. Yeah. Well,
You ready to talk characters?
I'm ready to talk characters.
I feel like we're gonna rocket along on this one because I'm trying to keep my energy up after. It's only Wednesday, right? It feels like a freaking long week.
I have been in slow motion all day.
That's okay.
Sluggish.
We'll just go through this as fast as possible, and then you can go home and take a nap.
We'll speed through this like a T-Rex is chasing us.
Oh.
Or an oh.
Anyway, let's start talking about characters.
Yeah, let's do it.
So can I just start by saying, like, what? We'll just start with talking about the old
1990 whatever.
1993.
1993.
And I'll just say what some of my notes are.
I'm excited.
I said, what works here? Incredibly real, breathing characters. Nothing about them feels forced. The character arcs are simple yet poignant. Every protagonist is incredibly likable, and every antagonist is deeply unlikable.
I would argue that the guy in the leather jacket.
Don't tell me you don't like Malcolm.
I just think he's a little icky.
I said he's a slut, and I love him.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in a room with him. That's all.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to be
I
in
like
a
when
room.
he talks about chaos. That was cute and fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. But I don't like when he's touching people.
Yeah.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Yes, that he is your worst nightmare in that way. But
Yeah.
if he wasn't touching people,
If he wasn't touching people, I would love him.
yes,
But he did. So.
but he did.
Cut his hands off. He can do math without hands.
Okay, but you can't say anything mean about Dr. Grant, right?
He's the main character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved him. He was
Okay,
amazing.
thank God. I was like a wonderful, gruff, and grumpy nerd with a heart of gold.
Yeah, he was so sweet. I
Yeah.
loved him.
And
I love where like the little kid's following around yapping and he like puts him in a car and closes the door. That was so cold.
But then the second they're in danger,
I know.
like his whatever kind of protective instincts comes out, and he's like such a good caretaker.
And the bit where he's like, kids are gross and stinky. He's right. They
Yeah,
are.
no,
You can
he's
love
right.
kids and still like acknowledge that those things are also true.
He's not, the entire time, he's not wrong.
I love him. Yeah, no, they were both amazing.
Dr. Sattler.
Mm-hmm.
I said she's a lovely ray of sunshine, warm, funny, deeply unbothered by any of the men in this movie. Like, so unbothered until they really act like an imbecile, and then she's like quietly and powerfully feminist without feeling shoehorned in or appearing as virtue signaling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was great.
Just like a real person.
Just like a real person in a scientific field who has to deal with that crap all the time.
She's like, look, we can talk about sexism and survival situations later.
Yeah, just another day at the office for her.
Yeah. She looks all cute in her khaki shorts and
Oh my
hiking boots
goodness,
walking around.
You know it.
This is what I love. This is what I love, okay? So Dr. Sattler is in practical, fun, pastel clothing that matches Dr. Grant. She's not underdressed. She's not half naked, half the movie, which it would be fine if a woman was more scantily clad, but in terms of being dressed as a film character,
It makes sense.
she looks very practical. And then there's Ian Malcolm, just slutting it up with his shirt unbuttoned and his chest all shiny, and it's just so it's such a nice role reversal. Like, I'm not saying that I find it attractive, I'm just so grateful that it's like he's the one lounging about as the injured damsel in distress. Like, I really enjoy the role reversal.
Yeah, he is just there, like, laid out for most of the movie, like,
oh,
woe is me.
Woe is me.
I'm
I was stabbed. How do
If only.
you think I'm doing?
If only someone could rescue me.
Sorry. He's very like Captain Kirk in like the old movies, or the old Star Trek TV series. Like, just very dumb, slutty, fruity outfits.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that he was the only one dressed the way that he was.
Yeah.
Like you said, everyone else was in khakis and pale, like, pastels, and he's there just dressed head to toe in black.
Rock star scientist.
Yeah, he really feels out of place, and I guess that was probably intentional, but it cracked me up. Still would not want to be in a room with him.
No, but I enjoy his character in the movie.
Yeah.
Do you have more thoughts and feelings? I've really been yapping. Sorry.
No, I'm tired.
Laurel doesn't have a single thought.
Yeah. I thought the weird, like, Santa Claus character, the grandpa, I swear, okay, so I've seen Jurassic Park a long time before and I didn't really remember anything about it. I was sure he was going to die by the end of it because he has that line about, I don't blame people for their mistakes, but I think they should pay for them. Ooh. And, like, the whole movie is his mistake.
Yeah.
He doesn't pay for it.
I think in the original book by Michael Crichton, I'm pretty sure his character does die, and he doesn't have a redeemable quality in the book.
Interesting, because, like, the whole movie does so well with, like, lamp shading stuff and then following through on it.
So
I was just like expecting that to happen.
Yeah.
But
you could argue it's the death of his dream at the end.
I was also keeping an eye on him because I noticed him touching people, but then I think he just touches everyone. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's just a touchy person.
Yeah, everybody's just a little... I feel like everybody's a little touchy in a Spielberg movie.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sorry. It's your worst nightmare. Again, your worst nightmare.
I was watching the movie going, get your hands off of her! Get your hands off of him! If only they listened to me.
I know.
But they don't. They never do.
I will say, if I'm being chased by raptors, manhandle me all you want to get me out of harm's way. I'm fine with that.
I'll consider it. Yeah. He was okay, too.
He's fine. He's a fun scientific hubris character.
Yeah.
He kind of realizes too late that he has to make a decision. I think he should have put his grandkids' safety first a lot freaking sooner than what he did.
He didn't seem that worried.
Yeah.
I liked the bit where, like, what's his name again? The rock star?
Ian Malcolm.
Ian. Where he's, like, yapping into the camera, and then, like, the Santa Claus scientist is like, I hate him. Like, that's the first time he actually voices something negative about one of the people. I thought that was funny. He does it behind Ian's back, but not to his face.
Yep. Because he's a showman.
Non-confrontational.
Mm-hmm. I think the kids are freaking adorable.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I love Lex and Tim.
Yeah.
I love that Tim's a little dinosaur nerd. And I love that Lex is like, I'm a hacker.
Yeah.
I'm not like the other kids. I'm a hacker.
It's an interactive CD-ROM. That made me laugh.
I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, 1993.
1993. That was 4 years before me.
I know, right?
That's
I wasn't
insane.
even alive.
Wasn't even a twinkle in a parent's eye.
I wasn't even a freeze-dried embryo.
Might have to cut
a long time ago.
Might have to cut that one out too.
Oh yeah, that guy that I was confused for a second whether that was actually supposed to be like the kid's uncle or something, because he calls the Santa Claus scientist dad. He's like, okay, dad, or thanks, dad. Or I think he was just being sarcastic.
Yes.
But
yeah,
he was pretty great too.
Oh,
I love in the beginning where the guy's like, shouldn't use my real name. And he's like, hey everybody, this is what's his face over here.
He's such a good antagonist because he's so
awesome.
Sucks. His death in the book is horrific compared to what we actually saw.
Okay, what happens in the book?
In the book, he literally like gets eaten alive by the little dinosaur with the fin.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Sick.
I'm like, oh, like the original Jurassic Park book is like a straight up horror book. Like,
I appreciate Spielberg. He knows how to make something that feels really cinematic without feeling like overly fantastical.
Yeah.
It still feels grounded. And I really like how many of the deaths happen without a direct line of sight.
Yes.
I think that's really...
It's not gratuitous.
Yeah, it's not gratuitous.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
because I've got things to say.
I was like, oh,
I bet you've got things
I've got things to say.
I can't wait.
We'll come back to that.
We'll get there.
Should we talk about the new characters, or do you have anybody else you want to talk about in the old movie?
No,
Samuel L. Jackson is...
Oh yeah, I liked him. I wasn't expecting to see him there.
Yeah, I was like, hey
smoking
buddy.
like a chimney the entire
Hey buddy,
time.
how you doing?
I think he was having fun.
Oh, he was having a great time.
One time, the one scene, he's like talking with a cigarette in his mouth and his lips aren't moving. I was like, are you a ventriloquist? What's happening here? He really enjoyed smoking that entire film.
He was like, it's the last of the 90s, gotta get it out.
Gotta get it out. Yeah, no, he was fun. But no, I'm good.
Okay, let's talk about the new characters.
Hate him.
Let's just start with Claire.
Hate her.
I was like, yes, I don't really like her, but I also was like, the writing, I was like, ooh, evil career woman. She doesn't want children. And I said, bitch.
Seriously, she secretly does want children.
God forbid she have a job in another country and that's why she hasn't seen her family in a while. God forbid she pursue her career.
Okay, can I just talk about how much the second movie suffers from Written by a Man? I'm assuming they're both written by men, but like...
so bad.
The second one, holy crap.
It's so bad. So I'm gonna have to bleep this out, but we're talking about Written by a Man. Owen, that self-righteous mother. He's not flawed enough, so he's just boring and takes himself so damn seriously. And I absolutely loathe his little raptor hands. You can't see me gesturing, but I'm going, whoa, easy, Blue, easy. Like it's like Train Your Dragon with Chris Pratt and the Raptors, and I'm like, the Raptors were killing machines in the first movie. They're not supposed to be The point is that they're animals, and Owen keeps saying they're animals, but I'm their alpha.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, can I jump in?
Jump in.
Because I was thinking about it on the way over. I was like, all right, so the first movie is a fantasy of the type of like, what if we found viable dinosaur DNA? We were able to clone dinosaurs, patch up the holes in their DNA with other like modern day amphibians or reptiles, and then bring them to life. Wouldn't that be sick?
Yeah.
That's the first one.
Uh-huh.
The second one is, what if hot women thought I was cool, and kids thought I was cool, and dinosaurs thought I was cool? Wouldn't that be sick? Also, I call myself an alpha, and nobody laughs. That's the difference.
But to make sure that angry feminists don't think that I'm a terrible person, we have introduced a male character who we're saying, no, this is the toxic masculinity.
Yeah, right.
To make me look better.
So dumb. Also, I tell the woman to shut up, but it's for her own good. And she's like into me, so it's fine.
It's fine. She like looks at me.
It's like for her own good.
Yeah. Literally the only thing, the one thing I know I was supposed to have a problem with it, but I didn't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with Claire's heels.
I don't remember the heels.
Like, she wears high heels the entire movie. And I think a lot of people were like, oh, that's so impractical. And I was like, okay, but yeah, that's the point.
But she's a businesswoman.
She's a businesswoman. She's dressed in business casual.
She's dressed in business
that's
casual,
a pretty dumbass outfit to be wearing when you're working with live animals. You're an entirely white outfit. This was terrible costume designing. And yes, it was designed by a man, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, like, Bryce Dallas Howard made those heels freaking work.
Is that her name?
Bryce Dallas.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's pretty.
She's pretty. She's better in a lot of movies, and she's very talented.
I was gonna say because she's good at acting. I just wish she was in a different movie.
Yeah, this was a tragic waste of her. She was. I didn't see the second Jurassic Park sequel. I did see the third one for some odd reason.
Jurassic Park.
Sorry, Jurassic World.
Oh, Jurassic World. Yeah.
So
there's so many movies.
There's 3 Jurassic Parks, 3 Jurassic Worlds, and now a new movie coming out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, which actually looks good.
Oh
because they're back to it being fun.
I didn't even know there were 3 of the Jurassic World movies. I'm not even sure I knew there were 3 of the Jurassic Park movies. I went to go find these movies to watch them for the podcast, and I was like, holy crap.
Look at how many there are.
Amazon.
Look at how many there are.
Yeah. No, I didn't care about her heels. I did think her outfit was stupid. But...
Yeah, it's really stupid. It wasn't a good outfit. She had what the kids call it a fuck ass bob.
Someone called, you know how you hated Snow White's haircut?
Yeah, that's also a fuck ass bob.
It was either I think the Honest Trailers, they call it like a Lord Farquaad haircut.
Women,
I thought of you when I watched that.
This is just bob propaganda. Women can look really good with bobs. You're just doing terrible ones. Again, this is a hate crime. This is incel work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'm not happy about it.
Men be like, if only dinosaurs attacked women would see how cool I really am. They wouldn't care about my board shorts if I was saving them from dinosaurs. Anyway.
I was like, okay, and... real quick, before we go back to that, the kids...
Yeah.
Not ton of personality. They're just kind of there, and they're like, "Oh, my parents are getting divorced."
I was like,
how sorry.
The mom's like, he can be so mean to his younger brother, but like in this only scene with them all in the beginning of the movie, the parents are literally bullying him the whole time. I'm like, maybe that's why he's mean.
I wonder where he's learning it from.
Where is he? Yeah. Also, like, do you even like your son?
Also, why the hell are you sending your kids off to a foreign island? I'm like. Okay, Mylan had a good point where he was like, okay, but if everybody is going to this and it's quote unquote safe, like how are you gonna know it's a problem until there's an incident? And I'm gonna say, well, I watched Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
so
right.
But I'm like, okay, if in this world they don't have Jurassic Park, like
they do.
If they don't have the movies.
But they have the history.
Sorry, yeah, never mind. They have the history.
It's literally canonically part of the, like, history of that island.
You know what? Yeah, never mind. I would never send my child to a dinosaur island. I'm like, I don't care if I'm going through a divorce or not. That's... And then what, at the end, they're not getting a divorce?
Oh, I didn't even finish the movie. I'm sorry. I ran out of time because it's freaking 2 hours long. I tried.
That's okay. I think we know that
I kind of thought it was going there though. I was like, oh, that's...
Yeah, they show up and they're like, our family's back together. And I'm like, well, why didn't we just save all this and why didn't you just not get divorced?
Go to the, gosh. Stupid.
Just go to counseling. I don't know.
Dinosaurs make everything better, I guess.
Sorry, get divorced if you need to.
Get
divorced if you need to.
In fact, everyone, please.
I always act like we're going to get immediately canceled, even though, again, we have 2 listeners from hell.
Yeah. And they both agree with me, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
but going back to talk about the Claire and Owen romance, let's just start.
Hated every second of it. I threw it 13 times.
We're kind of moving into atmosphere now, just for anybody who maybe lost the thread. So you know how in the original one it was like Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler were like together because they're colleagues and they have a very chill relationship.
They respect each other.
They respect each other. Ian Malcolm is openly flirting with Dr. Sattler, and Dr. Grant is so unbothered.
I know they're both so unbothered.
They're like, we don't care. What?
Look at that weirdo in the corner.
Yeah, like, okay. And
right.
She's like, hey, Alan, look at this.
Yeah, look at him touching me right now.
And he's like, but Ellie, there's a dinosaur out there.
I know. He's like, I couldn't care less.
You're fine. There's a dinosaur out there. Did you see the dinosaur, Ellie?
You're right. And then he was literally like, you're fine. Anyway, the dinosaur.
And then when they're in the car, and he was like, doctor, I'm on my 3rd divorce. I'm always looking for the future Mrs. Malcolm. So what's Dr. Sattler's deal? Are you two, together? And Dr. Grant's like, yeah. Why?
They actually have the best relationship. You're right.
I'm like, that's just so. It's so wonderful. They don't even kiss in the movie. Like,
yeah. Anyway, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's so healthy.
It's Laurel's ideal.
It is my ideal.
It's
actually.
ideal.
It's a healthy, respectful relationship with 0 kissing.
With 0 kissing. It's Laurel's dream. To contrast that to Claire and Owen.
Oh, which is not healthy, respectful, and includes lots of kissing.
It's giving
some kissing.
It's giving conservative military man dating a goth GF pipeline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Because Claire had a goth phase. Like you can
did.
tell by her fuck ass bop that she had a goth phase.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
And he's like, I just want to take this like put together high powered woman and bring her down to like my level.
Mm-hmm. And then be angry at her for it, probably.
Oh, I'm sure. Resent.
That's the word.
Resentful for it later, obviously.
Yeah. No.
It's so.
I hated their relationship so much. I didn't like either of them individually, but together they were so much worse.
They were so much worse. And it just didn't. It didn't. There was no chemistry.
No chemistry, because there was no respect.
Ladies, what do we do if a man does not respect us? We beat him to the motherfucking T-Rex, bitch! Yeah. So, some of my notes for atmosphere for the old movie were splendid, give me 15 more.
Yeah.
The practical effects, the simplicity is what sells it. Most of the dinosaurs still look so realistic and tangible to me years later. Mm-hmm. I yearn for the warm brown tones of Spielberg editing compared to the teal and blue brought on by that whore Michael Bay in the late 2000s. Anyway, so yeah, I love Jurassic. In case it wasn't clear, I freaking love Jurassic Park. It's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Wow.
It's so good, so beautiful, so fun to watch. What are my notes for the new one? Okay. Things I liked. things I liked in the new movie. This is me being positive. The scary dinosaur scenes. I thought there was some really good tension with that, especially with the Indominus Rex. Anything can have tension if you put like some violin music under it and go do 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 do. I liked the gross military man getting eaten by the raptors. That was very satisfying. I said, yeah, I know he's there to make me angry, and I want you to eat him.
It's working.
Let's go, girls.
Let's go, girls.
The T-Rex.
Yeah.
I love when she came out.
The Indominus.
No, I liked when the T-Rex came out and
the T-Rex came out.
And ate the Indominus Rex.
Yeah, a hero as always.
Yeah, love her.
Yeah, I didn't see that scene because I didn't finish the movie, but
she's an icon. Oh,
I saw it way back when I watched the movie for the first time.
It's the best. That's the best scene.
So I know. I remember. That's one of the few things I did remember about the movie. If that helps. So.
I said I didn't hate the brother bond. Like it wasn't.
That's all right.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. It added some emotionality to it.
Yeah.
Claire in her heels adds a layer of yikes that I don't hate. Like, I'm like, yeah, I am stressed watching her run in heels away from a T-Rex.
I remember that too, actually. It made an impact.
It's a nice added tension.
Yeah, yeah. She has like a flare or something in that scene, right? Yeah, see, I remember that.
She looks like, I'm like, the whole movie could have just been Claire.
It could have been Claire.
I did not need Chris Pratt. This is not a Chris Pratt hate podcast. I think he's a little overhated, but man, in this movie, is he so annoying.
Yeah, no, his character in this movie, trash.
A trash man. He also seems like he's acting.
Interesting.
If that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Like, everything he says is so serious. Like,
yeah.
It's like you're just, everybody's saying these dumb lines and mugging for the camera.
Yeah.
You know what they weren't doing in the original Jurassic Park? Like, they were just saying things that the characters would actually say because they were a bunch of cute little nerds.
Yeah, and the characters were much more like distinct in the original, whereas they're much more archetypes in the second.
Mm-hmm.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, it's interesting that like in this film, Chris Pratt is so like everywhere now, but like in this film, this was only the second action film.
Yeah.
Like big name action film.
Because this was post Guardians of the Galaxy.
Post Guardians of the Galaxy.
So I'm sure he wanted something more serious.
Yeah, when the film came out, I remember being like, oh, so Chris Pratt is just like literally an action lead now, because it went Parks and Rec, Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's still playing a funny guy, he's just playing a fit funny guy now.
Yeah.
To this movie where he's not playing the funny guy, he's just playing the fit action hero now. It was like an interesting trajectory.
My God, is he bad at playing serious?
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't really play to his strengths, maybe.
Mm-mm.
But I also don't hate Chris Pratt.
Don't hate him. I can't think of a single movie. I can't think of a single movie where I've enjoyed a serious performance of his.
Serious performance? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he mostly does all the voice acting roles now. That's what people say.
Yeah,
so, and they're kind of right.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did think he was really funny as Emmett in the Lego Movie.
Yeah, just let him be funny.
Yeah, just let him be funny, guys.
He's a funny guy. He can be a handsome, funny guy. That's fine.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I would say that Laurel and I are both handsome, funny guys, and look at us, we're thriving.
Thriving. We're never gonna do a serious role.
No. God, no. Never make any money.
Nope. Women and dinosaurs and children will never think we're cool.
I beg to differ, ma'am. Put me in some board shorts. Watch the lesbian skipper.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I could pull a baddie wearing board shorts.
You're so right.
Chris Pratt just wasn't doing it right.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Can I talk about the things I didn't like in the new movie?
So many things.
There's so many things. One thing that really annoyed me was the product placement. Just how much there was.
I didn't notice, but I was putting together my Lego, so.
Anyway, I started counting them, and I went, oh, there's Coke, Converse, Mercedes, Starbucks, Beats, Ben & Jerry's. There were other cars in it, but that's 6 product placements that I spotted in that movie.
Well, spotting them is kind of the point, I guess.
Yeah. And I was very unhappy with it. Because you know what they didn't do in the old Jurassic Park? They didn't do gratuitous product placement. The most they did was Jeep. Jeep that was completely decked out, so it didn't look like Jeep.
And it made sense, too.
Mm-hmm. You know what doesn't make sense? Mercedes.
Beats.
Mercedes Beats. The Starbucks was fine. Like, yeah, obviously, if they do a dinosaur theme park
Claire
in real
seems
life.
like a Starbucks girl.
Yeah. She's ordering the
And
most.
I don't mean that as an insult. I work at Starbucks.
I mean this part as an insult. She's ordering the most annoying drink possible.
Oh my word, yeah. 7 customizations. Yeah. I had a person, did I tell you this?
Skimmed milk, no foam.
Hey, I had a person order a cappuccino, no foam.
God damn it.
I was like, with the utmost respect, ma'am.
Real quick. Let us break down the cappuccino for you as two baristas.
Yeah,
this is important.
baristas.
As two baristas, this is really important. So a cappuccino, a traditional cappuccino, is 8 ounces. So it's 8 ounces. There's 1 shot of espresso, and then a majority of it is foam.
I didn't actually know
So that's traditional. But the way most places make it is they offer different sizes, and the whole point is to do just varying degrees of foam. Mm-hmm. So it's like less concentrated. Mm-hmm. So someone's a traditional cappuccino. It's an 8-ounce cup.
Cool.
And there's no such thing as an iced cappuccino.
No. Please stop ordering.
Don't order them. It's not your fault. You don't know.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way that you would know because Dunkin' and Starbucks have co-opted coffee beverage names and done whatever they want with them. But there's no such thing as an iced cappuccino. So if you go to a regular coffee shop, unless they have it as a special, don't order it. Don't order it. It's not real.
Don't order it. Also, I'm scared when people order cappuccinos and they say things like that because I think to them it just means a really sweet coffee drink, and I'm like, that's not what you're.
Nope. There's no sugar in a cappuccino typically.
Yeah.
So just order a nice latte.
When you're paying $12 for a drink you want it to taste.
Just order an iced latte with whatever sweetener you want in it and get some cold foam, and then you will be happy.
Then you'll be good.
Unless you want a cappuccino, in which case you may have a cappuccino. Anyway, going back to this, what was I saying? Other things that we didn't like. The gratuitous amount of violence towards characters.
Mm-hmm.
Watching people getting devoured.
I assume at least you might have one specific scene in mind because I know I do.
We are definitely thinking of the exact scene. Okay. Morgana from Merlin.
Oh, that's right. That's why she looked familiar. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because that was the other thing that I remembered about the film. I remembered thinking what a cruel and like unnecessarily violent death that scene was. Yeah. And then I watched it again and I was like, holy crap, it was worse than I remembered.
It's terrible. She did nothing. She's just not interested in being a babysitter because that's not her job.
Yeah. Where are the people who like are playing God in the scientific world?
Yeah, BD Wong keeps getting
he keeps getting away with it.
Keep getting away with it. Keep getting away with it.
Meanwhile,
this poor girl who is literally just an underpaid assistant to Claire, who honestly is probably such a dick to work for before she undergoes her character development or whatever.
And like, she's not a babysitter. That's not her job.
That's not what she did.
She's brutalized and terrorized, and like her death scene is so drawn out, and she suffers vocally throughout the entire thing. Yeah, it was just disgusting. Yeah, why?
I'm not saying there weren't deaths like that in the original Jurassic Park movies,
but there was no thematic relevance for this one. It just fell out of the blue.
The lawyer getting eaten on the toilet. Yeah, I was fine with. It's a lawyer joke.
He deserved it. He ran away from the kids.
Yeah.
To save his own skin. Yeah, he earned that.
Yeah.
It still wasn't even as brutal as Zara's death.
Again, like, if characters are just... It's a disaster movie, so if characters die, like, that's to be expected. That was just so mean-spirited for, like, no reason whatsoever. Yeah. They were like... It just felt like... It felt icky.
Yeah, it also kind of raises an eyebrow when it's like you only have 2 female characters in the film. Yeah. One of them is the love interest that motivates the hero of the film, and the other one is going to be brutalized. Like, it just kind of makes you... Just kind of
And the other is Judy Greer, the mom who's getting a divorce.
Yeah, but is she even a character? She's
not. And it's also, again, tragic waste of Judy Greer. Judy Greer is hilarious.
Yeah.
She's like Chris Pratt. She's not meant to be in that movie. Stop putting Judy Greer in bit roles. Give her a main character. God damn it.
I don't really know who she is, but I'll take your word for it.
Take my word for it. Hey, you're not my supervisor!
What?
She's a voice actor in the really famous animated show Archer, and she plays a character named Cheryl Tunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's nice.
And she likes sniffing glue.
Oh, well, who doesn't?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll cut all that out. That was just for you, so you knew what I was quoting.
Thank you for clearing that up for me. Yeah.
Anyway, do we have more we want to say?
The only nice thing I have to say about the new one is I thought that the dinosaurs looked good.
I'll be real, I didn't think the dinosaurs looked good.
I liked them. I liked in the beginning the little scene where like he's cracking his egg and he sticks his little claw hand out. Mm-hmm. And then you see a scene where like his claw smashes down into the ground and then it pulls back and it's a bird. I thought that was also a nice callback to like the dinosaurs evolved into birds thing from the first movie.
Yes.
I thought that was cool. And then the rest of the movie disappointed me profoundly.
So profoundly. Such a disappointment.
Just like uncomfortable.
Much disappointment. Great upset.
2 hours of what?
Garbage.
Garbage. I mean, okay, I didn't hate it the first time I watched it. I think I was just kind of disappointed. But this time I watched it, after coming right off of watching Jurassic Park and seeing how much better it could have been, I was like, this sucks.
I was so disappointed by the dinosaur CGI the first time I watched it. Because I was like expecting it to be spectacular. And I was trying to figure out, I'm like, why does the original look better to me? Because I think there are times where I'm like, I enjoy the puppets more because I'm like, I know they're really there.
Yeah.
And other people are like, no, the movement's too uncanny valley. Like,
I like it.
Yeah,
Give some
you do. There's some
personality.
people that are like, well, I prefer the smoother CGI.
Yeah.
But I was like, they really did a good job when they were in the beginning of CGI, blending the characters in, or blending the CGI creatures in the background more. Like, because Milo and I were watching Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring, and everything looks good. Like I was saying, the same thing compared to The Hobbit. Because they got too confident in their CGI. They're like, you can be bright colors, you can stand out from the background, you're supposed to look three-dimensional, but when they're jumping out like that, it's just obvious that they're not there.
Plus, like, in terms of acting against something, I just think subconsciously there is a noticeable difference. Like the kids reacting to the animatronic or whatever puppets in the first one, like it feels, you can feel like that they can see it.
Yes. Like when the T-Rex smashes its nose down.
Yeah.
Like they actually built a T-Rex head to break the glass and push down on it. So like they actually have that coming at them.
I'll be honest, towards the end of the first movie I was getting like a little tired of dinosaur carnage, but I was like, how much dinosaur peril can there be? It's too long, but still.
And then you watched Jurassic World and you were like, never mind.
And I was like, this is worse. But again, I pulled out my Lego at that point because I was so bored, but I was like, there's no way I'm getting through this. Anyway.
Every time we're in like the last 5 minutes where we're going to,
our biggest fans.
Stop that. Anyway, thank you, Horatio and Langstein. I'm probably good to wrap up if you are.
I'm good to wrap up. I just wanted to complain about the sexism and the gratuitous violence, and we covered that.
We covered our bases there.
I think I see why you like Jurassic Park so much. Like, this was the first time I watched it with full concentration. Yeah. And, yeah, I get it now. Like, it's still too long for me, 2 hours to watch in one sitting, but it's good. It's
the rule that she likes it.
It is. It's a movie. Dinosaurs.
I'm a dinosaur girl. I love a dinosaur.
I think I'll clone some dinosaurs.
Oh God. Okay. Anyway, let me get to our wrapping up question here.
Wrap it up.
Did the remake add anything of value to the original, and did it justify the movie being made? The original Jurassic Park is in my top 5 list of favorite movies of all time. It is wholesome, dramatic, and cinematic with references to corporate greed and scientific hubris that are still applicable in our current era. Jurassic World has some moments I like and some loving homage to the original, but it truly cannot even begin to compare. Gratuitous product placement aside, I know a corporate cash grab when I see one. So we can only hope that the newest Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic World Rebirth, can breathe some new life into the franchise and maybe make up for the disgrace that is Jurassic World.
Rebirth, but we're talking about dinosaurs. Rehatch, it should be called.
This is why Laurel is not in charge of marketing for this movie.
Yeah. No, it did not justify being made, other than in box office returns, so I guess in their minds it did. But
as we can see, this is the machine that Laurel and I will continue to fight against, and nobody will listen. But that's fine, because we got it out of our systems.
We're heroes.
We are. We're not the heroes you deserve. We're the ones you need. Wait.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Close enough.
Which reminds us, our next episode is going to be another top 5 countdown.
Ooh.
I love when you're.
I'm excited to hear what it is.
Our next episode is going to be top 5 film adaptations that were better than the book.
Oh.
So we're going to get spicy in our next episode. And then after that, we will have our season 3 finale, where Laurel and I will watch all 3 of the Batman iterations. So we will do old versus new versus newer.
That's going to be amazing.
So everyone,
I'm excited for us.
Get super excited with us.
Hold on to your butts, or whatever he says.
Hold on to your butts. Because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Exactly.
Anyway, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being patient and waiting a week. Again, we're doing our best around here.
I'm doing my best. These are my raptor claws.
Laurel's making little raptor claws because she loves me and she likes Jurassic Park, and I'm so happy.
It's good.
And we love y'all. And as always, keep it
feral.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Effing It Up. If you're enjoying these episodes, please like and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at _effingitup_ or on our YouTube channel, where we post the video format of our show. If you have content that you want us to cover, we want to hear about it. Feel free to DM us on Instagram or leave us a comment on our YouTube channel. Thank you again.